Welcome to your Barbados Today Evening News Update for Monday, December 2nd. Thank you for joining us. I am Marie-Claire Williams. Classes resumed at the Lawrence T. Gay Primary School today. The school was closed last week as a result of environmental problems. As teachers and students were busy settling in this morning, the Vice President of the Barbados Union of Teachers, Richmark Cave, told reporters that about 10 of the school's 31 teachers are still on sick leave. He says they will be closely monitoring the situation.
We are on the compound, and if there's anything on the compound that is affecting the teachers and the students, we will do what is necessary to protect ourselves and the children. It will be up to the authorities from education and health to determine the way forward as it relates to the school. But we will have to take it on a day-to-day basis.
Be your brother's keeper. Youth and Community Empowerment Minister Adrian Ford is challenging Barbadians to take greater responsibility for each other's behavior, particularly the youth. He was addressing the graduation of over 60 people from Silver Hill Christchurch from the ministry's Community Impact Program. It was designed to curb deviant behavior and reduce unemployment. Ford stressed that while such programs are a big help, there must be a voice of reason in the society.
Too often, we could make a difference in our young persons and people's life, and we sit down and do nothing. There's also the thought, and I'm saying that I'm very disappointed today, that the child is not mine and a family to me, so it don't concern me. But when he goes to the hospital after the incident, who pays the bill? Taxpayers. If he goes to prison, who pays the bill? Taxpayers. So who does it affect? When the community is living in a state of fear, where you don't feel that sense of comfort, who does that affect? Each and every one of us. So I'm saying that each one of us must play a part.
General Manager of the Trust Loan Fund, Gerald Amos, delivered the feature address at the event. He warned that the crime problem is not restricted to certain areas, but is really affecting the whole island, and therefore a collective response is needed. Barbadians no longer fear the HIV virus, and according to Culture Minister John King, this behavior is driving a rise in infections. Today, as his ministry launched its HIV awareness program at Sky Mall, King expressed concern that too many people are no longer practicing safe sex.
People will not take this thing seriously, there's actually evidence of people being able to live really good lives with the disease, and so people will say, you know what, it's not such a big deal anymore because there's antiviral things that we can use and all that sort of stuff. So the attitude has changed again to that nonchalant approach that we have to a lot of things in life. I think this is where this ministry and the other ministries of government must now begin by making sure that we keep the messages out there within our workspaces first, and then do things such as this to get it wide across Barbados.
The stage is set for the hosting of this year's Hennessy Artistry. Promoter Al Jilks gave an update this morning and said that patrons can expect a spectacular show this year.
We take particular care to ensure that we have enough private security, enough police security, and any other security that we think or we deem necessary in place to take control of any situation that seems like it might develop. And as I said, people are accustomed to our shows being very safe, and they behave to suit. If somebody comes to show and they know it's a show that you don't have to behave well, they behave as they want to. But people know that our shows attract people, right, who are well behaved, who obey the law, etc., etc. So we don't really have any problems in terms of whether or not this will be secure. But as I said, all the necessary security precautions are in place to make sure that this follows the tradition.
There's regional and international news after this short break. It's Festive Friday at the Bridgetown Night Market at Pelican Craft Center. Kick off the weekend this Friday from 4 p.m. to midnight with loads of food, drinks, and entertainment. Get ready for Crop Over with the Rhythm Roots Street Parade. Party like it's Kadooman Day on the street around Pelican Village with costume reveler, music, and more. It's Festive Friday. It's Festive Friday at the Bridgetown Night Market at Pelican Village Center from 4 p.m. to midnight. Admission free.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
Thank you for staying with us. To regional news now. In the Bahamas, 2 months after Hurricane Dorian battered Grand Bahama and Abaco, Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis has made several announcements to strengthen national recovery efforts.
Prime Minister Minnis announced the leadership team of the new authority, which includes John Michael Clark, Algernon Cargill, and now former Senate President Catherine Forbes Smith. And those new Disaster Reconstruction Authority members will have a lot of work to do, as they are responsible for the management of reconstruction and restoration in areas designated disaster zones. The authority will also implement the Bahamas National Recovery and Reconstruction Trust Fund, which is an independent and non-political body to help fund home and building repairs. Prime Minister Minnis also listed some of the progress being made in the national recovery and relief efforts. In Marsh Harbor, Abaco, water has been restored. Power is on at the government complex, hospital, and Leonard M. Thompson International Airport, and domes for the Family Relief Center and materials for tents to accommodate communal areas have also landed.
On the international front, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres urged countries not to lose hope in the fight against climate change. His appeal comes as representatives of nearly 200 countries gathered in Madrid for a 2-week meeting on climate change. He warned of dire consequences unless emissions from carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases are sharply cut.
We stand at a critical juncture in our collective efforts to limit dangerous global heating. By the end of the coming decade, we will be on one of 2 paths. One is the path of surrender, where we have sleepwalked past the point of no return, jeopardizing the health and safety of everyone on this planet. Do we really want to be remembered as the generation that buried its head in the sand, that fiddled while the planet burned? The other option is the path of hope, a path of resolve, of sustainable solutions, a path where more fossil fuels remain where they should be, in the ground, and where we are on the way to carbon neutrality by 2050.
That's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook, and sign up for breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on iZoomi Media in bus terminals and Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM. I am Marie Claire Williams. Good evening.